Ladies and gentlemen, it's Montez McCamish from itsmontez.com. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. If you don't do that, you're not going to be able to keep up. Duh. It's Montez.com.
Happy Monday, Facebook. Happy Monday, world. However you are consuming this, I am Jason Mudd. It's a beautiful Monday morning. I'm just getting my day started. Mondays, my routine's a little bit different on Mondays. I drop my daughter off at school, which is always a fun experience. I love it. It's great. Something that I want to talk to everybody about today, because I saw some statuses this morning, which made me think about this. I saw some kind of well-to-do people with the hashtag SelfMade in their statuses. And it got me thinking about how bullshit that statement is. And how, gosh, it's so humbling to think that, and to realize the truth that none of us are self-made. None of us do anything in this life by ourselves. And that's not a hit or a jab on anything that anybody does, because it doesn't take away from your accomplishments at all by any means. It simply is something that makes you think and makes you grateful for the help that you've received in whatever you're doing. Whether you define your success as the family that you're raising, or the business that you're building, the education that you've received, the bicycle race that you won. It doesn't matter what it is, because you did not do it by yourself. There were so many hands that were laid on you, that assisted you to getting to your goal. It is absolutely humbling. It's one of the most humbling things in the world to realize that you didn't do things by yourself. And it's a wonderful thing. It's such an awesome place to be when you can realize and truthfully accept within your heart all of the people that helped you. So think about that. Think about how awesome of a feeling it is. And think about, if you truly in your mind believe that you are self-made and that you did it all by yourself, man, that's kind of a stressful place to be in, because that means that you can lose it that much quicker because you're doing it by yourself. And that's such a lonely place to be. Now, you can get into the subject. I don't want to confuse this with the idea of being number one in a family or an organization. And I don't want to confuse it with the act of taking responsibility for things in life. Because those two things, they're not mutually exclusive in any way. I did a video the other day, which I think kind of goes hand in hand with this, and the idea of taking responsibility for things isn't an act of blame, or it's an act of fault, or it really has anything to do with all it has to do with is taking ownership of any situation in the fact that you can respond to that situation. Taking responsibility simply means that you're going to respond to it and that you're going to do something about it. And that's an awesome place to be. I think that, that's one of the things that I truly feel is lacking in society right now, is that we don't take enough responsibility for things that we think, well, I didn't cause that. I didn't do that. I don't have anything to do with that. So I'm not going to take responsibility for it. But the reality is that anything that you see, you can take responsibility for to change it, to make it better. I don't know if we feel that we feel like we're maybe stepping on people's toes to take responsibility for something, but a lot of times people are averse, and I don't even want to say a lot of times, most times, and I can speak on this from personal experience, we as humans are averse to simply coming out and asking for help. even when we know that we need help to do something. It's a funny thing, and that's where our ego comes in. Our ego tells us that we don't need help, that we can do it by ourselves. And I don't know about your life, but in my life, this guy right here, when I have thought that I could do everything by myself, that I can fix that situation, that I can do all this stuff by myself, I end up fucking it up worse. I end up making it worse. And it kind of comes down, because my ego has driven so much of that. It wasn't until, I'm going to say pretty damn recently, that I've done so much self-work to get rid of my ego. Not to, you can't ever get rid of your ego. Your ego is part of you. It doesn't always have to be, just about you, but you can get to a point where you realize what your ego is in respect to who you are. Your ego is that voice in your head that tells you, I can do this. I don't need help. I'm better than that. I'm special. And the truth of the matter is, you're not that special. You do need help. And it's a fantastic place to be in, to recognize that you don't have to listen to that little voice in your head. So I a lot of that goes back to, the original topic. The person that thinks that they are self-made is driven by ego. And eventually, that ego is going to take you to a place that you don't want to go. It might alienate you from people that you really do care about, that really did help you. It might lead you, ego leads you to addictions. Ego is the cause of so many negatives in our society. But we all have the power. Every single person, again, I'm not special, every single person has the ability to realize what is truth and what is ego in your life. And all it takes is little bitty things that you do in your life, on a consistent basis, because all life is little choices, little decisions that are strung together over and over and over again. And it's that idea of doing the right thing, making the right choice, doing the next right thing. For me, meditation has been a super big help. Getting quiet with your mind just is so powerful, because it's tough. It's tough, especially in the beginning. That's what I think people are a lot of averse to things like meditation, because when you quiet down yourself, you start to hear the stuff that's in your head. But the more that you can hear the stuff in your head, you can separate it out from what you want to do, what your goals are. It doesn't have to be that ego feeding in to just drive itself, because the ego is very self-serving. The ego is extremely self-serving. We've got lots of great stuff on YesLouisville.com. If you go on YesLouisville.com, and currently in the top right now, this is going to change next week, because we have a new site that's rolling out. Super duper excited about this. But you can go today to YesLouisville.com, and on the right at the top, there's going to be a little magnifying glass, and that's the search button. And you can go and hit that search button now, and on the new site, there's going to be something very similar to that. I can't tell you exactly where it is, because it's going to be so drastically different. But right now, you can go and hit that little search button, search mindfulness on YesLouisville.com. And there are some awesome articles from multiple people. You don't just have to hear my words about it. This is from a lot of people that talk about things that you can do in your life to kind of eliminate the ego in your life. And when you eliminate the ego, I guarantee you will be happier, you will be healthier, you will be able to invest in other people better, you will simply be a better person. The ego is not you. It's not you. The ego is not you. The ego is not a good thing to be driven by. So anyway, I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Hold a door for somebody. Be kind. Do something better that's outside of yourself. Have a great day, everybody.